Mr. Olbrycht, our religion becomes more and more dangerous. It becomes a security issue. Do we need in modern society the religion at all?
Absolutely yes, but I would like to correct, if you allow me. This is not the becomes more dangerous. It becomes more and more important, more and more complex. So the religion is like it is. Now, if we are believers, we know that it exists. This is not the question of social agreement. This is not something which is produced by society. This is for the believers something which exists as a result of the decision of God. So is it important? It becomes more and more important, more and more complex. If, I can say more. It becomes more and more radicalized in different societies around the world. This is very, very important for the politician. Why it's so radicalized now? Not only Islam, but the different religions in different parts of the world. This is also the consequence of the whole atmosphere of the economy in the world, the question of the consequences of globalization. I mean, good and bad consequences. So that's why what we observe is something which is growing. I mean, we see not in religion, we see more fundamentalism, which is dangerous. So it's not the religion. The religion is getting very important, and I think it's good. As the Christian Democrat, I think if religion is important in the social life, it's good. But if it's getting more radical, with fundamentalists, it becomes dangerous. The whole phenomenon becomes dangerous. So,
sorry. Now, amid our migration crisis, there are growing fears of Islam in Europe, in European societies. So, as a politician, as a Christian Democrat, how can you address these citizens' fears? Because these people come from the regions that are very much belligerent.
You know, the process of migration has different consequences. I think one consequence we don't discuss very often is our self-conscience. So this is an urgent need for us, Europeans, to understand ourselves, to understand what is our culture, what is our belief, what is the role of the state and the religion. This is the time for very deep debate in Europe among us. What is more, it's important to understand the others. To understand what it really means, Islam. What is the difference between Sunni and Shia? What is the situation of the extremists vis-à-vis the people who represent, like our today's guest, the truth about the peace, who represents this view that the truth in Islam is peace and no violence. So I think the important is how to discover these people, how to understand them. I think this is more and more important, the knowledge about the religion, about the process, etc. This is a problem of education. This is a problem for the teachers, for the priests in the churches, to make the people start to think and to learn and to understand. I think if the people they understand a little bit better, they will not be frightened. They will, of course, the fear will not disappear. But of course, the question is, who is dangerous? Trying to understand who is dangerous, who is not, who is the refugee who is coming from a very difficult situation, and who is the immigrant, and who is just trying to import the violence from outside. I mean, we need it.
Do you think that there is such a possibility to construct something as European Islam? Because today there were a lot of remarks aiming to that purpose, creating a pure new form of Islam, European Islam, which is compliant with acquis communautaire and which is compliant with European democratic societies.
I don't think so, that we can make the European Islam. It's like make a European Catholicism or European Presbytery. I don't think so. The question is, debate with the people from Islam about what is the citizenship. What is the European citizenship for us? What it really means? What it means to come to someone and to accept his norms, his rules, his tradition, his culture, etc. This is very urgent. So the question is, how can we live together, having our culture? How can we live together accepting the religious freedom, but in the very concrete country, in the very concrete state? It's like We agree that they have their culture, their religion, they can build the mosques, etc. We hope that in our countries we can also build the churches and we can live with our norms, but accepting the norms of this country, accepting the constitution of this country. So this is much more about the citizenship, about the citizens' obligations, than to have the European version of Islam. No, we are interested in the non-violent elements of Islam, or this interpretation, because we believe and we trust our guests that this is true.